At Seal Rocks, north of Newcastle, the Sugarloaf Point Lighthouse has been casting its beam over the coast every night since 1875. Even though it's automated these days, caretaker Mark Sheriff has his hands full maintaining the light and the buildings.
There was a bloke called Francis Hickson, and he had this vision of lighting the coast like a street with lamps. It averages out to be one light every 50 kilometres up the coast, and it's New South Wales is very heavily populated with lighthouses. So when you're out at sea, you can always see a light. Sugarloaf Point, it was established first lit in 1875, but that light has burnt for well over 100 years, and I'd say there's not too many times when it wasn't, when it was out.
What about the shipwrecks around here? How treacherous is the area?
There's probably about 40 shipwrecks around here which haven't actually, they haven't all been discovered, but some of the major ones was the Catathon. It hit Little Seal Rock out the front there, and anyway, that was carrying a lot of Chinamen back from the goldfields. We're just going into the old oil store now. Now, the main duty of a lighthouse keeper in the early days, this is prior to the electricity coming to this station, was you had 3 keepers and they did 4-hour shifts up in the lantern room. And they actually wound this weight up. It's just like an old grandfather clock. Every half hour it'd go up the top. Now when the weights would drop again, that'd keep the actual optic revolving.
Now I noticed a saxophone on the wall. What's the story there?
No, it's just the ghost saxophone. Often you come up here on them eerie nights and you can hear this lovely whale snoozing music. Present, I'm up in the lantern room, and you can hear the motors in the background going. So it's fully automatic, this lighthouse. It doesn't really need me at all. At night time, it would be the prettiest light in Australia. It's 16 beams, and it's like a big spoked wheel, very slow turning. So from a distance, you'll see one flash every 7.5 seconds.
What do people say to you? They must look at you and go, gee, you're a lucky bloke.
Yep, every day. They do it on the hour, every bloody day. And
what's your response to that?
Oh, well, some days I walk out my front door and it's like, do not make eye contact. It's because you're in there. But look, strangely enough, some days I go looking for a yarn.
Yeah.
You never run out of people to talk to at a place like this. But look, some people, for some reason, they think, geez, don't you get lonely? Don't you get bored? I've got about 20 jobs going at the one time. My biggest job now is I'm a parent or a father, and holy dooly, hasn't that thrown a few spanners into my working week?
Yeah.
But look, it's not unusual to see me sort of doing an odd job, painting with a torch.
Really?
Yes, I can't help myself. I sneak out the house when I make sure I'm out of eyesight from my wife,
What's life like as a lighthouse keeper?
Oh, it's a gift to belong in a place like here, and I sometimes imagine my life away from here, but I'll certainly miss it. I'd hate to be divorced from the place. You build up so many stories and so many connections, and this strange, you worship the place.